Hello. Probably the most important criteria for any artistic work is appeal. Appeal is what stops you scrolling through Instagram or ArtStation when looking for reference, or what makes one person's work stand out over another. Many artistic terms can be fluid and open to interpretation, but everything ultimately comes back to appeal. And without it, no one will look at your work. With that in mind, I've made a list of what I consider to be the most important 3D design principles you should consider when trying to make your work appealing. Form. The form of your design should be your first consideration, as what you see in your mind isn't always what you end up creating, as designs tend to evolve. Form is made up of many factors such as scale, weight, emphasis and proportion, but it is also what you choose to reveal with lighting. Form is relevant whether you're making a character, a vehicle or a weapon. Is it heavy or sleek and stealthy? With environments, is it overbearing, closed in or open? The easiest way to get the form right is by blocking out or grey boxing your design. Here you can work on proportion, scale and placement before refining the design. 70-30. With the 70-30 rule, the idea is that 70% of the model is blank, giving the eye somewhere to rest, and concentrated detail occupies the other 30%, drawing the focus. In the examples on screen, we have two objects with identical forms. The one on the left has then had detail added evenly, while the one on the right has limited the detail to roughly 30% of the space. They are the same details, but the placement is different. While both objects are entirely abstract, the one on the left doesn't really look like anything, while the one on the right looks as though it has some function, even if it's unclear what. For example, the oval details on the one on the right look like somewhere you would find a decal, perhaps of the brand, whereas on the left they just look like part of the form and go unnoticed. The circular detail on the one on the right looks like somewhere you might attach it to a keyring. On the left, they again just look like part of the form, where it would be fitted into some background element or larger object. The 70-30 rule can also be applied to colour and texture. The one on the right looks like it opens due to the material separation. 70-30 doesn't mean you can't put detail on the other areas, but it shouldn't still focus. Consider using decals or stickers and try to create balance without equal placement. Echoing. Echoing is repeating design elements across your model. It could be the angle of a chamfer used in multiple places, a colour, a texture or pattern. Echoing details often makes separated elements seem unified and the model as a whole more cohesive. Echoing details at different locations or scales can also help with emphasis and movement, driving focus where you want it. When you don't echo elements across a design, it makes it look as though they aren't related to each other. A company that makes different sizes of steel storage containers would likely have the same types of hinges, doors, handles, as well as branding across the range, rather than a unique set for each size. Colour. Colour theory is a massive topic in itself, but in terms of design, colour can be used in relation to the previous concepts. Colour will likely fall into primary, secondary and accent roles, give emphasis through contrast, and can be applied with relation to the 70-30 rule. I'll be covering some of those in more detail in later videos, but for now I hope this has given you some food for thought for how to make your designs more appealing. Thank you for watching and take care.